Today we're going to be talking about the MagSafe Wallet from Apple and how it's held up these last 2 years. That's right, 2 years since this thing came out. Now this one right here is not 2 years old, but this one is. And this one I've had since the beginning, and either me or my son has used this thing since pretty much day one, every single day. And I gotta admit, it's held up really well. Now it's aged and it's got some coloration to it. It's got a nice patina. Some don't like that, some do. There is one weird thing that does happen over time, and that's this wax that they use around the edges. This kind of just hides the two pieces that have been sewed together. It does kind of just spread out and it gets a little weird, and you can actually just peel it off. And when you do that, it just kind of comes off. I've done that with the original one, and I gotta say, it still looks really good. You still don't actually see, for the most part, those two pieces. And overall, I mean, it looks really good. Now the MagSafe Wallet is designed to hold about 2, maybe 3 cards max. I usually use 3, and for the most part, it's pretty easy to get them in and out. It was a little tighter in the beginning, but what I ended up doing was I kind of shoved like a 4th card in about halfway. And that kind of loosens up the leather a little bit. But if you have stretched it out and you just have 1 card in there for some reason, especially if it's weighted like the Apple Card, if you hit it just right, it will come out automatically. So you don't want to do that. Just be mindful of that. There's nothing in there other than that clip, and that clip's not the strongest. Now both of mine are the 1st generation. They don't have that Find My feature built in. That's with the newer ones. At the time, there wasn't really any good colors, so I didn't bother upgrading. Now there is that orange, which I'm kind of wanting right now. So maybe I'll have that one. I'll do a review in the future, but really that Find My feature doesn't do all that much. My phone actually keeps track of the last time that the wallet was removed from it on the newer models. There's nothing actually smart really in the newer models to keep track of its actual location like an AirTag. The wallets do sell for $69 US, so keep that in mind. Now I know the MagSafe wallet isn't for everybody because it has that 3 card limit, and I fully understand that. I have another wallet that I use every so often when I need to carry cash, and all I do is just not carry this one on those days. I mean, it's super simple to take out 3 cards, throw them in my other wallet, and just use that one for a day or 2 or during a trip, whenever that is. But then when I come back, I love using this just for its convenience of always being there with your phone and just taking up less room in your pockets. The MagSafe wallet is great. I highly recommend it. I'd love to hear what you think. Are you planning on buying one? Do you already own one? Have you had issues with it if you do own one? Hit me up in the comments down below. I respond to pretty much all of them. I hope you have a great day. God bless.